Your kid is screaming in Target. You're about to lose it. Then you remember 3 brain switches. 90 seconds. That's all you get before a tantrum becomes a 20-minute war. But here's what most parents don't know. You're not trying to stop the emotion. You're helping your child's brain come back online. 3 switches, 90 seconds, in order. Before I show you what they are, you need to understand why everything you've tried keeps failing. You're doing what makes sense. You explain why they can't have the toy. You say, use your words. You try reasoning. Maybe you threaten consequences. None of it works. Here's why. When your child is melting down, their threat system is activated. The thinking part of their brain, the part that understands logic, is offline. You're literally talking to a brain that can't hear you. Every word you add is more input they can't process, more overwhelm. The meltdown lasts longer, 15 minutes instead of 3. And here's what happens next. You end up yelling. Then you feel guilty. Then tomorrow, same scene, different aisle. But listen, this isn't your fault. You weren't taught this. Your instinct to explain is actually love. It's just mistimed. So here's what changes everything. You stop trying to fix the emotion. You start lending your calm. There's a different way. It's rooted in how children's nervous systems actually work. This isn't therapy. It's not permissive parenting. It's just brain-body science. This is how children's threat systems downshift. A parent in my community used this at bedtime. Her daughter's meltdown stopped in 2 minutes. The next night, her daughter asked for the calm breathing. It's called the 3 brain switches. Calm, name, choice. 3 things in order in 90 seconds. Switch 1 stops the screaming. Switch 2 stops it from happening tomorrow. And switch 3, this is the one that saves you in public places. Let's start with switch 1. This is your foundation. Hack 1. Calm. Borrow your calm. Here's what you do instead of talking. Get lower than your child. Kneel or sit. This matters. When you tower over them, their brain reads threat. When you get low, you signal safety. Say almost nothing. Maximum 5 words in the first 60 seconds. I mean it. 5 words. Breathe slowly, out loud. Long exhales. Your nervous system is their thermostat right now. They're borrowing your regulation. Stay close, but don't hover. Gentle presence. If your child accepts touch, hand on their back, not restraining. Just contact. If they push you away, stay near but don't force it. You're a calm anchor, not a fixer. Here's why it works. This is called co-regulation. Your child's nervous system can't calm itself when it's flooded. It needs an outside source. You're that source. Your calm is their permission to downshift. When you breathe slowly, you're activating something called vagal tone. That's your body's brake system. Your slow exhale sends a safety signal. Their body starts to mirror it. No words means no extra input. Their brain is already overloaded. Silence is relief. Here are your exact words. Choose one. I'm right here, then silence. You're safe, then breathe. Or just breathe. No words at all. Your anchor phrase, lend your calm, don't fix the feeling. Let me show you what this looks like. Bedtime. Your child won't brush teeth. They're on the floor, screaming. You kneel. You say, I'm right here. You breathe slowly, audibly. You don't explain why teeth matter. You don't lecture about cavities. You just breathe. 45 seconds in, the crying slows. Your child is still upset, but the volume drops. They're still on the floor, but they're not thrashing. This is success, not instant happiness, just a nervous system shift. Here's what to expect. The volume decreases somewhere between 30 and 90 seconds. Your child's breathing might start to sync with yours. You won't always notice it, but it's happening. Less flailing. The crying gets softer. Small signs to watch for. Your child leans toward you. Or they make eye contact for half a second. These are huge wins. If you don't see any of these, you're still doing it right. Repeat the process. Some kids take longer. That's normal. But don't say this next line yet. Wait for switch 2. Most parents break this in the first 10 seconds. They start explaining. They undo all the calm they just built. Now their brain is ready. This next switch is what they'll remember tomorrow. Hack 2. Name. Name it, then aim it. Wait until the volume drops. You'll feel it. That's your cue. Now you name the emotion and the reason in one short sentence. Use simple feeling words. Mad, sad, scared, frustrated. Don't ask, why are you upset? Tell them what you see, then immediately redirect. That's the aim it part. Give their brain a new track to follow. Keep it under 10 words total. I'm serious. 10 words. If you explain too much here, you undo switch 1. Here's the brain science. When you name an emotion, something happens in your child's brain. The part that was firing an alarm starts to calm. This is called affect labeling. When feelings are felt but not named, it's chaos. When they're named, the brain can organize. Your child feels seen, not lectured, seen. The redirect gives their brain somewhere to go. You're not dismissing the feeling. You're acknowledging it and offering a path forward. Understanding follows calm, not the other way around. Here are your scripts. You're mad the iPad time ended. Let's go find your bear. You're sad we're leaving. Time to say bye to the playground. You're frustrated with the zipper. I'll help, then you try. Your anchor phrase, name it short, aim it quick. Here's what not to say. I know you're upset, but we talked about this, and you knew the rules, and I told you if you didn't listen. Stop. That's 27 words of static. Let me show you. Car seat refusal. Your child is arching their back, screaming. You've already done switch 1. 60 seconds of breathing, low presence. The volume has dropped. Now you say, you're mad we're leaving grandma's. Let's bring your dinosaur. You don't explain why you have to leave. You don't remind them about the schedule. You just name it and redirect. Your child is still whining, but they get in the seat. You buckle them. You stay quiet. Victory here isn't happy compliance. It's compliance without a lecture. What to expect? Your child stops escalating further. They might repeat your words back. I'm mad. That's perfect. Let them. They follow the redirect, even reluctantly. They don't have to smile about it. They just have to stop fighting the next step. Small sign, they stop resisting the car seat, or the shoes, or the door. If they're still resistant, do switch 2 again with the same calm. You're building a pattern. Okay, now the last switch. This one's controversial. It feels like giving in. It's not. Hack 3. Choice. 2-choice exit. Offer 2 options. Both have to be acceptable to you. This is critical. Don't offer a choice unless you're okay with both outcomes. State each option clearly. Once, no begging, no repeating. Wait 3 seconds in silence. Let them process. If your child doesn't choose, you say this, I'll choose for you in 3 seconds. Then you follow through immediately with your choice. Stay neutral. No victory tone, no frustration. This is not negotiation. This is autonomy within boundaries. Most parents break here. They add a 3rd option, or they ask again. Don't. Here's why it works. Offering a choice reduces power struggle. Your child feels control. Even small control satisfies their need for agency. Choice engages the decision-making part of their brain. That's the prefrontal cortex. It pulls them out of threat mode. You're holding the boundary without dominating them. The silence after you offer the choice takes the pressure off. It lets them think. When you follow through, you become predictable. Predictability is a safety signal. Choice isn't freedom to do anything. It's freedom within your frame. Your scripts. Shoes on or I carry you to the car. You choose. Bath now or in 5 minutes. You pick. Hold my hand or ride in the cart. Then, silence. Count to 3 internally. If they don't choose, you say, "Okay, I'm choosing. Shoes on." Then you do it calmly. Your anchor phrase, 2 choices, 1 outcome, your boundary. Let me walk you through the whole sequence. You're leaving the park. Your child refuses. Switch 1, you kneel, you breathe, you stay near. 60 seconds, switch 2. Your sad park time is done. Let's get your scooter. Switch 3, walk to the car or I carry you. You choose, silence. You count to 3. Your child doesn't move. You say, "Okay, I'm carrying you." You pick them up calmly. You walk to the car. No anger, no lecture. Your child may cry in the car. That's okay. You stayed regulated. Here's what to expect. Your child either chooses, small win, or you execute the boundary, no extended power struggle. The meltdown doesn't re-escalate because you stayed calm. That's the key. You didn't match their chaos. Over the next few days and weeks, your child learns you mean what you say. They start choosing before the 3-second wait. Even if it's whiny. "I want to walk." Victory. If they test again tomorrow, repeat the exact same sequence. Consistency is the science. These 3 switches work because they follow your child's nervous system timeline. You can't skip switch 1 and jump to switch 3. Now let me show you what this looks like 2 weeks from now, because here's what changes. Week 1. Meltdowns still happen, but they're shorter. 8 minutes becomes 3. You feel less guilty afterward. One small moment. Your child asks, "Are you calm?" before they start talking. You're not perfect, but you catch yourself sooner. Weeks 2 through 4, your child starts naming their own emotions. "I'm frustrated." They calm faster because your regulation is predictable. One day, you lend your calm before the meltdown even starts. You see it building. You kneel, you breathe, it dissolves. Other parents at the playground notice. How'd you do that? You still have hard days, but you have a system now, 2 to 3 months in. Your child's baseline regulation improves. They use choice language with their siblings. Do you want the red cup or the blue one? Bedtime is no longer a 45-minute battle. You realize you haven't yelled in weeks. Then this moment happens. Your child melts down. You kneel and breathe. Within 30 seconds, they lean into you. They're still crying, but they're in your arms. You become the parent who doesn't lose it. The one who stays steady when it's loud. Your child doesn't need you to be perfect. They need you to be regulated. And that's exactly who you're becoming. What I'm about to say changes everything. Because you might be thinking, this sounds great, but it won't work for your kid. Let me address that. I know you're thinking your child is different, stronger-willed. Here's what I want you to hear. Strong-willed kids need this more, not less. Their nervous systems are more sensitive to threat. The 3 switches work because they're not about changing personality. They're about regulating biology. Your strong-willed kid becomes a regulated, strong-willed kid. That's power, not compliance. I know you're thinking this sounds permissive. Here's the difference. Giving in is abandoning the boundary because you can't handle the emotion. The 3 switches hold the boundary while regulating the emotion. You still leave the park. You still buckle the car seat. You just do it without escalating their threat system. The boundary stays. The battle ends. I know you're thinking you don't have bandwidth for one more thing. Here's the truth. You're already spending 15 minutes on a meltdown. This takes 90 seconds. The overwhelm comes from trying methods that don't work. Once your nervous system knows the sequence, it becomes automatic. You're not adding. You're replacing chaos with structure. One more thing. If your child's meltdowns are extreme, very frequent, involve self-harm, or you're concerned about their development, please consult your pediatrician or a child psychologist. These switches support typical development. They're not therapy. Here's your challenge. Next meltdown, try just switch one. Don't worry about perfect. Just kneel and breathe. Notice what happens in 90 seconds. You're not trying to stop the emotion. You're lending your calm. Your child doesn't need you to fix everything. They need you to stay steady while they fall apart. Next time you're in Target and the meltdown starts, you'll know exactly what to do. Kneel, breathe, name, choice. Comment below and tell me which switch you're trying first. I read every single one. In the next video, I'm showing you the 5-minute morning routine that prevents 80% of meltdowns before they happen. It's one conversation at breakfast. I'll show you the exact words. See you there.